Good day, Frank.
All right, it is, let's just say it's the end of August 2024, and I'm going to start a vlog. Yeah. And to start this vlog, I thought I'd share this story about this brand and this product. But first, I need to do a bit of an errand, so come on. All right, so we've dropped the kiddo off at school. I've got my other kiddo in the back here. We are driving to Bathurst because we need to get a bike for my kiddo. I've just dropped off at school. He's starting to ride better. He needs a bigger bike, and we're gonna go get one. There you go. So we live in a little tiny town. It's only about 22,000 people, and to get something like a bike, we tend to need to go to the next big town, which is a 45-minute drive. We're nearly there, but it's very rural. There's farmland and sheep and cows and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
Now the other shop we're going to go to, if you have kids and you watch Bluey, this place is Hammer Barn. This is what Hammer Barn is based on. So we're going to go to Hammer Barn. Come on. All right, so packaging design has got to be one of my favorite things to design out of all the different things I could possibly do. Logos, signage, ads, all that kind of stuff. And this brand, Raw Sea, they sell coconut water and other coconut kind of products, coconut milk and sparkling coconut oil, all that kind of stuff. This is one of the first bits of packaging I did for them, which also happened to be the first bit of packaging that I got on the shelf in a supermarket nationally. So let me show you how I made this. Okay, so I've been working with these guys at Raw Sea for I think about 2 years now, but one of the first things they got me to help them with in terms of their packaging was a 1.25 litre coconut water. And it looked like this originally. So before I started with them, they had a previous packaging designer. I helped them out with some other projects, and then they got me to do their Raw Sea stuff. And this was the first bottle that I had to remake, but they wanted to change the type of bottle to a different shape that was more cylindrical, tapered to the top, and so it didn't have these kind of flat edges like their other packaging does. Let me show you that. So for their waters, they've got a lot of different products. They've got their standard 1 litre, which is available in all supermarkets around the country. They have a 2 litre as well, which is in a big bottle. They also have cans and other kind of flavoured varieties, sparkling ones too. And then these other 2 ones I designed, but I'll maybe come back to them later. But as you can see with this one, their 1 litre, their flagship kind of product, it has some sides a bit like their 1.25 litre did. So as I was saying before, different kind of shaped bottle. It's going to be rounded. It's going to be cylindrical. And to try and mimic this can, so making a rule that anything cylindrical would have this teal strip, so their brand color, which is very distinctive on the shelf, which is fantastic for them. But having a rule where any container that is has this cylindrical kind of form rather than having a flat edge has this strip, this teal strip at the bottom. All right, I'll bring you in here. So this was the die line that they had for this 1.25 litre bottle. Nothing wrong with the design of it. It fit the form factor perfectly. The only thing was, though, that before I worked on any of their packaging, we'd looked at some of their brand elements because they had a lot going on. They have a lot of different fonts. I wasn't going to change their colours. I wasn't changing their logo. But how their typography worked and how their messaging worked and how they could position the brand in certain ways to try and compete with their main competitor and really make sure that Raw Sea stands out nice and clear, and that for any packaging going forward, we have some consistency. So what I did was eliminate a few of their fonts. I pulled it down into a shorter form of fonts. I also redid some of their call to action. So you'll see on, say, the can here, it's got all these sort of call to actions. So we created some shapes that were just a little bit more uniform, still keeping this kind of rough texture to the look of the edges and things like that. We also had to change the mascot for a few different reasons, but we changed the mascot to a coconut from a monkey. So it's a little coconut, little mascot here. You can see him there, little Miko. So a few things we changed in this design. We need to obviously have the teal strip at the bottom. We also got rid of the promotion of other products because this particular product, this one here, is only sold in Aldi. Aldi only stocks this product of Raw C. They don't stock the other products in their shop. We also changed the call to action bits, updated the straight up text here, gave it a little bit more breathing room, changed up the hashtag Rawsome at the bottom, and then changed up the messaging here. We did some new messaging to make it a little bit more clearer. And again, the fonts were a little bit more uniform in terms of size and its layout. And this is what we ended up with. So we've got the teal strip at the bottom. We've got Rawsome now in this sort of container, still hashtag Rawsome. We've got natural hydration packed with electrolytes, slightly different. Got the 1.25 litre down the bottom. The 5 stars is now in white. Here's our kind of key message: Rawsome hydration, Rawsome energy, think Raw C naturally. Then the nutrition information panel, pretty much the same. And then over here, we've got the new call to actions. We've got the information about the business and where to find them. And then we've got the new mascot, still keeping the same island that they had, substituting out Rocco the monkey for Miko the coconut. So a lot about packaging is fitting the form factor. You get the die line first, and then you kind of got to either take an existing design and manipulate it to fit the type of context you put it on. There are challenges, obviously. Something like this cylindrical form, you get a little bit of tapering. So you'll see the tapering there of the text kind of warps in as the shrink wrap label goes around the bottle. These are the things you got to kind of live with or adjust manually to make sure that the form factor works. But in terms of the on-shelf presence, not too much different. Only a few subtle things. Obviously, the teal strip at the bottom, the different bottle shape, the teal cap, which I thought was a nice little change. But otherwise just a little bit cleaner. Not too much going on, not too much information, which, some of our products we need to have a lot of information packed into a small form factor, kind of like the cans, and we've been redoing the cans lately too, but having the brand front and center, so stand out as much as we can so that people can recognize it on the shelf. And look, in Aldi, it really stood out. And when it launched, I got this email from their national director of product, sent me an email saying, dude, go check your Aldi. It's probably on the shelf now. And sure enough, I go to Aldi, get in the car, drive there, get in, and lo and behold, there it is on the shelf. Not every day you get to pick up one of your products that you've designed on the shelf. There it is. Like, what a moment to have of seeing a product that you've designed from start to end on the shelf that you can buy, you see others buy. It's a great feeling because not a lot of the time when you do design work, you do see it out in the open, in for real life, other than maybe on a website or social media. You don't necessarily get to see a lot of tangible stuff. It's kind of fun. Now, one thing you're going to notice about the vlog that I'm doing here is that you might see a bit of a chop and change throughout the day or a week, because I'm not actually going to be recording everything on just one day. I might, but continuity might seem a little bit off in terms of what I'm wearing, time of day, the weather. It's a little bit all over the place. So in terms of what I want to achieve here is just show my week that was, I guess, showing an insight behind what I do as a branding person, and you kind of get a sense of the different kind of projects I work on, the different kind of people I might work with, and that might be of interest to you, either to work with me or maybe to just be, inspired or get an understanding of what goes into it if you are starting out maybe. But if you can encourage me to do it weekly, just write a comment saying, dude, keep going. Like, that might be all it takes for me to get this thing out, to bash it out and really show a consistent kind of vlog. It is a vlog, showing in little different parts of my life, what I'm doing each day. And if that's of interest to you, hey, just drop a little comment. Dude, just keep going, keep going. I should mention, I don't know if you can see it down there, Brand Builder Summit. My mate Jacob Cass, also a branding dude, is running this online conference that you might be interested in joining us. I think he's got like 16,000 people. Probably by the time I put this up, it's going to be even more. Might be up to 20,000 people attending this thing. I'm a speaker. There's about 28 of us doing a talk on things of brand growth, brand design, strategy, and brand business. Business of brand, yeah. But check it out. It is a free event. It's fully free to go and attend. It's all digital. It's all online. You can watch all the talks over 48 hours after each talk goes up. So it's over 3 or 4 days. And you can also pay for the Power Pass. You get a whole heap of other goodies from some of the speakers are contributing either their coaching or some of their products that they sell in terms of helping you do better branding. That's what I kind of talk about, do better branding. But for me, I'm doing a talk on personal branding. The talk is titled, That's Not a Personal Brand. So if you're watching this beforehand, please sign up, give it a look. You'll find a whole heap of information about who's speaking, what they're speaking about. You might know a heap of the speakers already, so I'm preaching to the converted here, but check them out. Okay, now since working with Raw C, we've been doing all their strategy work, we've been doing their marketing things, we're getting good penetration at the moment. We're on an increase to really outperform their main competitor, which is fantastic. And since then, we've been getting new products like this one, just one of their 1 liter packs, slightly different form factor to the other ones in other supermarkets, but this one goes into Costco. So we've got one into Aldi, one into Costco. We've also got this little custom size 350ml bottle, cute little bottle here for on-the-go hydration. By the way, if you don't have coconut water in your pantry or something like that, especially if you're a bit hungover, really good natural hydration. It's like the nature's sports drink. It's a bit like Gatorade, I guess you could say, but all natural, yeah? Straight out of the coconut, those green, big-ass coconuts. But this one, into Woolies, one of our biggest supermarket chains around the country. Again, this was one I saw on the shelf. Big fun moment a few months back, but we're still doing more packaging as we go, updating the branding across all their package touch points, updating their website, looking at their strategy each year and making sure that their positioning is on point with some really fun stuff. So they're a really great client to work with. All right, I can hear my kids whinging to have a play. Time to go back to dad mode. Maybe we play a bit of 10-pin bowling, coconut style. All right, so that's the story of Raw C. That's how I did the packaging. It is a process, but you get there in the end. Really good branding exercise. I've been doing a lot of their other packaging since, so I hope to show you that very soon. But look, thank you for watching my first vlog. What do they say now? They still say like and subscribe? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how to hang up. I'll catch you later. See you in the next one.
Do better branding.